Welcome back to Smosh Mouth. I'm Shayne with a mustache.
And I'm Amanda with a mustache as well. And this is our guest. Just kidding, it's clean. This is our guest, Olivia. Hello.
Hello, I'm Olivia with a mustache.
She actually does have a mustache,
It's
right?
not where you think it is.
No.
Okay,
No.
and here we go. Olivia,
Where is it?
don't.
Okay.
I will tell you. I'll show you, actually.
So, anyways.
Olivia, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me. It is freezing in here.
It is very cold.
Good. But Olivia, you've already set us up for success. You have an amazing sense of humor.
Oh my God. I mean, who here doesn't?
Right?
That's
why we
true.
got hired.
That's true. That's true. But I think, Olivia, you have the most insane sense of humor I think I've ever known.
Yeah.
Oh
in my
gosh.
entire life.
How would you describe your sense of humor?
We also just turned off the AC, so it's gonna get warmer.
Wow.
For me?
We're
We
gonna
did that for
sweat.
you.
For
we
me.
we have that power here.
That usually doesn't happen for me here.
Well,
Well,
things are
it's gonna
different
happen.
Things
here
are
at
different.
Smosh Mouth.
Okay, my sense of humor. Wacky. Weird.
I agree.
And sort of random.
Sort
Yeah.
of random.
Like my sense of humor is like a really weird, dark, sorry, can I curse?
yeah.
Gross,
Yeah, you can curse.
a gross, wet alleyway.
Your sense of humor is a gross, wet alleyway. I kind of love that. Why is it wet?
Why is it wet?
Cause I hate wetness.
So your sense of humor is something that you hate.
Yeah,
It's more of a
What?
curse.
it's a curse. Why
was
was I
put on
given this weird? I actually know why. Like my
Why?
sense of humor is this way. My uncle, my mom's twin, is so funny, and him and I, when he just kind of raised me when my parents were busy, and I would just like go to parks with him, go to KFC with him, and he just like did everything with me, and he's like the weirdest, funniest, goofiest guy,
I love that.
and I think I've adapted his humor.
Oh, well, that's
You still hang out
very
with him?
sweet.
Yeah. Because my parents aren't very funny. Like my mom doesn't understand sarcasm. My dad doesn't get it either. They're very just like serious people.
Okay.
Really?
I feel like your parents being serious also lends to you being silly.
Yeah.
Because I feel like
Mm-hmm.
have you ever had friends who are very serious people and then you meet their parents and their parents are goofballs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it's almost sort of rebellion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're making up for something.
Yeah.
But your uncle, what is he like?
Well, my uncle is also very serious, but the way he delivers things is what's so funny.
Is he trying to be funny?
yeah.
No, he's very dry.
Oh.
He has a very dry sense of humor. He's almost like expressionless, but then he'll deliver the funniest jokes. And we hang out. He's my uncle. He's the best. And like when we have holiday family gatherings, my mom is always making like the most beautiful, extravagant like dinners and stuff. And he would just troll my mom. Like he would get like jelly beans and put it in all the wines.
Oh, fun.
And then there would be like
That is you.
my
In a way.
my
like, if
uncle
you
is a
got
troll.
older.
Is he's constantly pranking people?
all my mom.
Just your mom?
Yeah.
Does your
They're
mom
twins.
and your mom never laughs at it?
She's just annoyed. She's like, oh, well, I guess there's jelly beans and wine now.
I like to think that his only joke is putting jelly beans in everything.
Or just like doing little things. Like he'll murmur little things too. And like only
what?
I'll hear it. Like just like he like makes fun of situations, or like he always has a hot take, but he says it really quietly. So like I hear it, or like someone else near him hears it. Yeah, my uncle's just the
We'll
best.
be
Uncle
like,
Jeff.
hey, we're going to go see Star Wars, and you just hear him in the corner. He's just like, I hate Star Wars.
yeah.
Star Wars is really stupid.
Wait,
What'd you say?
I love that.
Nothing.
So does he know he's funny?
I think so. I mean, we all
Okay,
laugh.
at this point, he knows he's funny.
Do you know you're funny?
No.
You
What?
don't think you're funny?
No, I think I learned to be funny in a way, because so I get obsessed with things, and I'm like, oh, I have to understand it, and so that's why I took a bunch of UCB classes, Groundlings classes, because I was like, I really want to just like be like you guys, you know, like you guys make people laugh. Like I think I have a very weird take on humor, and I don't know. I don't know if I was like born out of the womb and I'm like, I'm funny, you know?
See, I would argue, I think you are naturally so funny.
Oh,
and
thank
and the
you.
reason I think that is because a lot of your jokes, at least back in the day, because you when you want to, you can make a perfectly structured joke. But I'm talking about like when you've made me laugh the hardest is when you say or do something, and I don't know where you came up with it or how you got to it.
Yeah, you're like,
That's my
soup.
favorite shit.
You're like, peanut butter. You're like, hello. You just say
Just like weird, like just my presence, I guess, is just
Some of your
a
try not to
joke.
laugh jokes over
Oh.
the years are truly my favorites, and I'm not kidding because
what?
they don't make any sense.
Right.
But they also do if you think
They
about
do.
it.
They're
It takes like
unplanned.
it'll be like weeks later, and I'll be in bed and I'll wake up at 3 a.m. and I'll be like, I got it.
Yeah. That's why I love, because I unplan my TNTL bits a lot too. And when you and I are back there and then we just do bits together, it's so fun because I think it's like a great balance of like, I don't even know if I have an idea either. Either way, we just go into like the wild together and you're so free.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I have a hot take about try not to laugh.
Hot
and
take.
That I think sometimes the quote unquote best episodes, the episodes where we bring it and nail it and we do perfectly structured like sketch jokes, are sometimes my least favorites.
Yeah.
I think the best try not to laughs and frankly the best videos that we make at Smosh are the ones where we break the rules.
Oh yeah.
And we do something that's
Oh,
just
yeah.
so counter to the logic.
Yeah.
Yep.
That then becomes the memorable moment.
Yeah.
And it's a risk. It may fall flat, but usually it doesn't. And usually it's whether the joke lands or not even, it's still more fun to watch.
Oh, yeah.
I never really. I mean, I'm sure the audience feels this way too. I guess I have never thought about landing a joke.
I
I think
when
I
you're going
just
out,
go.
when you're going out there at Try Not to Laugh, what's your idea?
I think I really love to watch funny situations, awkward interactions, funny situations, and that's what I just plan to do. And it falls flat most of the time, but sometimes when it's a banger and it lives on forever.
That's true.
You
But
know?
the thing is, if you think in your mind it falls flat, that's not what's happening with us, because when you think it falls flat, to me, you've given it enough silence that we're all like,
Yeah, that's
and then
it.
we naturally
You never
laugh.
run. You never run.
Yeah,
No.
you commit.
You commit fully. Do you think you could do man on the street type? You have done some. I've seen you on your Instagram. Do you think you could really do like the Sacha Baron Cohen thing and really embrace an awkward situation with a stranger?
I guess I would have to try it. I don't know. I'm not sure because I do get.
Giddy.
Yeah,
You
I
break.
break. I break all the time.
She does.
I know Amanda and I perform.
So do I.
Together, and I'm always breaking. Always.
Well, I feel like I look in your eyes when we're on stage and we're performing, because we did just have a show, and I look and you're like,
Just looking at
and
you.
then you're like, I know what you're thinking. I swear to God, you're not even saying anything, but your eyes are like, I know what you're gonna do. And then I'm like, Olivia. And then I start laughing, and then you start breaking. And when she breaks, she just turns her back away from the audience and looks at me.
I know. I'm always like this.
Yeah, you're a silent laugher.
Yeah.
Except for you'll sometimes let out like a screech, but then
Yeah.
you
you
just
do the best impression of me.
Oh, I do.
What is it?
I'm
like,
trying to remember. It's just like I'm Olivia.
Yeah.
I can do the impression if I do my favorite story of Olivia, which is we were at a grocery store, and
Just you and Olivia?
no,
Just me and him.
That's bizarre.
we were on our way to Smosh Summer Games. We were filming out an hour away, so all of us stop at a grocery store.
Okay.
And everyone's just all around, scattered about. And Olivia and I are both looking at, I think it was like drinks, like pressed juices. And I'm standing there. Olivia's to my left, and suddenly this woman walks up next to me, a woman my age. And she goes, hey, I like your shirt. And I go, oh, thank you. And she goes, oh, cool pants too. And I'm like, oh, thanks so much. And then she walks away. And I kind of go back to looking at the juices because I'm an idiot. And then this woman is not far away from me. She's maybe 10 feet, 15 feet walking away. And Olivia turns to me and she just goes, she wants to f*** you.
Oh Yeah.
And I first laughed, and then I went, really? I was
She
like,
does? And it's like, how did you miss that?
That's a
pants,
whole other
too.
conversation of me being like, no, she just likes my shirt. She's not saying anything.
Oh, we should make that another.
That's another video about
Yeah.
how I was completely
You
blind.
missed
My
cues?
oh my god.
But that's also another characteristic of humor. Like, I love when people miss
Yeah.
cues. Do you miss
Oh.
cues? I don't.
I think you're actually incredibly socially aware. I think you play into the bit of
yeah,
not.
Yeah, you see maybe the cue and you're like, oh.
I think I'm so aware all the time. Like I'm
You're overly aware.
like I'll have a conversation with you, and I'm like watching.
You have like
everything
spidey
else.
sense.
Yeah, and I think that's just like maybe the way I was raised, like being always aware of situations, and like I think I'm too aware sometimes.
Interesting.
Yeah, I hear that. I definitely feel the same way about myself too sometimes. And it's very hard to stay present. It's very hard to stay present when you are aware of everything going on.
Yeah.
And then you can't actually, especially in improv, then you can't actually hear like
Yeah.
the magical
Right.
like words that, because the best part about improv when you're really in it is if your brain is silent and you're so present, your brain literally feeds you the next line.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you don't have to think.
It's amazing, but if you are, I'm very similar to that. If you're like aware of your surroundings, that's why I feel like when you and I do break and we just lose it, we don't give a about what people are thinking.
Yeah. No, I think when I'm on stage with you, it's like so locked in with you.
Yeah.
And I realized this last show we did, there were moments where I was getting too aware. Right. And then I start looking at you, Angela, and Pat, and I'm like, okay, we're back in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need, I think for people like us and maybe Shayne too, you need those people to be like,
Yeah. Like, don't look at everything else. Like, focus on the thing.
don't think about the audience.
Yeah.
Well,
I love that.
speaking of humor, I'm very excited. We wanted to do this again a few episodes back. As some of you might know, we wrote insanely stupid sketches with Angela.
Like rejected sketches.
Yeah, sketches, just don't put any thought into it.
Yeah.
Write it as quickly as possible. Do not edit it. Don't look back on it.
Yes.
So, Olivia, we asked the same of you.
Yes.
And you delivered a sketch for us.
Well, I've been working on the sketch for a long time.
Oh.
This is like legit.
This is a legit
Oh,
sketch.
great. Okay.
Great.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, we have information for you. We also wrote sketches, but we gave ourselves a prompt. Do you want us? We should just say it now.
We gave ourselves a prompt.
Wait. I'm not a part of this prompt?
No.
Oh, you're very much a part. You're not a part of the prompt, but you're a part of.
The inspiration.
No.
So we wrote sketches. We attempted to write sketches in your voice. We are trying to write our best Olivia sketches.
Oh.
Sketches that we think you would write.
Yep. So
Now these are quickly written,
Very
not
quickly
edited,
written.
they're not good.
no,
but
I actually didn't.
Wait. That's why it's just one word.
I didn't.
I wrote one word on a piece of paper.
Page number.
I didn't give mine a read through it all, but I wrote it in your voice.
Yes.
I literally pretended I was you and wrote this sketch.
My morning
So
voice?
after Amanda and I will read these sketches. We're going to table read them. I want you at the end to pick who wrote the sketch that you think you would have written. That's closer to
And
what
then
you
we'll
would have
read
written.
your sketch.
And then I want to read yours and see
And
what
it's
going to
be so different. It's going to be like Oscar worthy, like amazing.
Oh no.
serious.
This I wrote in the voice of Ian.
Are you dead serious?
No.
Okay.
Hey,
You had us going for a
look at
second.
that.
I can't
okay.
wait.
It's another part of your humor. You lie.
Who should we read?
A liar.
Who do you want to read for? Whose sketch in your name do you want to read?
Because I'm
first?
thinking maybe we should save yours for last.
I think
so we
so.
could see what a real Olivia sketch is like. But we could read ours first, see our attempts. You could critique it,
Okay.
say
I
what
think
you would
so.
have done differently.
Okay. We could do that.
Let's do it.
Do you want to go with yours first? Because you wrote 2 sketches.
Yeah. Let's go yours and then you again and then me.
Great.
I wrote 2 sketches, but one is in Olivia's voice and one's in Shayne's voice.
Okay.
Oh.
So
I'm gonna
Olivia
write-
wouldn't feel left out. I wrote a sketch in Shayne's voice.
Thank you so much.
Regardless, guys, I wrote this very quick and I purposely did not read them over.
Oh.
Okay. I didn't read mine over either.
Okay,
I'm excited. Thank you.
here we go. This sketch is called Lizard.
Good. That we're off
Hi,
to a
Olivia.
good start.
Okay, here's the casting.
Okay.
I will read stage directions or whatever. And you, Olivia, you're playing Lulu.
Okay.
You're playing boyfriend, and I'm
Okay.
playing girlfriend.
Okay.
Okay?
I'm going to try
Great.
to not break. I'm going to try to read this.
I'm not gonna break. I'm
Should
gonna
we
be myself.
unstaple them?
Yeah, unstaple really quick. Here's some ASMR, everyone.
If you don't break, okay.
Amanda, this is 6
I
pages
know, Amanda.
long.
This
Shut
is a
up,
short
it's
film.
only 4. It's only half of a 4.
Okay,
Guys,
okay.
I had way too much fun. I actually was like, I could write another sketch on
I know.
Olivia's
I was
voice.
having. Oh, maybe you should just write for me.
I just was having so much
Found your
fun.
ghostwriter.
I don't think this is a good sketch. Okay.
All right, here we go. So you said I'm boyfriend.
So you're boyfriend, I'm girlfriend, and Olivia's Lulu.
You got it.
Now you can do whatever voice you want, but I want you to pick it.
Okay.
Okay, this is Lizard. What the fuck? This is Lizard. Lulu, a thin, frail, older woman, quickly tiptoes up to a couple, casually strolling at the Silver Lake Reservoir.
Stop in your tracks right now.
The couple abruptly turns around. The girlfriend backs away a little confused and a little frightened, while the boyfriend takes a lighter approach.
What's that now?
Stop moving your feet, old boy.
What?
He's 28. He's not old.
Hey, you shove it up, Lady Lala.
The girlfriend tugs on the boyfriend's sleeve, signaling him to go. Okay, thank you, but no thank you. The couple turns to go. Lulu tiptoe hops right between them.
Wait! I didn't mean to scare you. I just live around the corner. I just wanted to show you both something.
Oh, you're local to Silver Lake?
Yes, sir, old boy.
The girlfriend rolls her eyes. Oh, okay. So you're a local. You live here?
Yes, lady la 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 la. That's a good song. I shall sing that at dinner. My name is Lulu.
Congrats. This is such a nice neighborhood, Lulu.
Yeah, I would love to live here. It's so pretty. Lulu grabs both their hands and kisses the inside of their palms and pulls them to a tree.
Shush. Look.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's a eucalyptus tree. Pretty cool.
I'm not a deaf big lady. I want to show you something. Look.
Okay, these nicknames are really, I'm not a fan.
I like Big Lady. It's cute. And also, may you let go of my hand now, Lulu?
Surrender to me. Okay, I will.
Lulu lets their hands go.
Look, do you see it?
The couple is too far in it now, so they decide to just look. I'm looking and literally only see bark.
Ditto, Big Lady.
Stop.
Oh.
Look, 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 look.
I literally am.
There it is. Do you see it? It's a lizard.
The couple looks at each other confused.
A lizard?
A lizard.
Oh, that's what you wanted to show us, Lulu?
Yes, a lizard.
The girlfriend looks to the boyfriend and tells him silently with her eyes, let's get the out of here.
Very, very cool.
Fun.
Thank you. They are locals, too. They are the ones who are lucky. Have a good day, Popeye.
Lulu's tiptoe skips off and trips, falls, lays there for a second. Oh my God, should we help her?
Yes? I don't know. I mean, she's wearing ballet slippers in the dirt, so of course she's going to trip.
So true. Lulu rolls over in the dirt and manages to get up and dust herself off. She turns back at them.
I didn't just fall. That was mirage.
The couple nods in agreement and walks away. Lulu yells to them.
Have a good day, Papa Smurf and Lady Tickles.
Blackout.
What?
There you go.
This is how I behave at the reservoir.
Yes, I
Just
know.
for anyone who's never been to Silver Lake, this is what people in Silver Lake act like.
Yeah.
Unhinged.
They're just like this.
I was writing this, and this was making me laugh so hard. And then when I was done, I was like, wow. I think I just tapped into a weird space of Olivia.
This was so weird.
You wrote this last night, right?
I wrote this last night.
How late?
Not late at all.
Not
4
too late?
PM.
Oh, okay.
Not late at all.
What was going through your mind before you wrote this?
Yeah, how did you get into my head?
Yeah.
I thought about Olivia as an old lady.
Yeah.
An old, frail lady with little ballet slippers walking on the Silver Lake Reservoir. I thought about her movements, and I thought about Olivia as an older woman. And I thought if she lived by the Silver Lake Reservoir, she would pop out and talk to random strangers and be like, look, a lizard. Look, it's a lizard.
Come over here, idiot face.
And people are like, cool. And when they say that she's a local, they're like, oh, okay, like we trust her. Like she's a local, like it's cool, whatever. And then she's like, they're locals too. They live here too. Like I know it seemed so weird, but when I read it, also you read it in a demon voice, which I think is fucking even greater. And maybe it's a horror movie.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a horror
Well,
movie.
maybe it's a horror movie and she's the red herring and there's actually a really scary thing in the reservoir and people think it's her, but she's actually completely fine.
I
It's
love
not
that.
me.
I thought of it not as Olivia, but as Olivia could play this
yeah.
character.
Well,
Oh
you
yeah,
nailed it.
I am that woman now.
That's totally an Olivia character.
Yeah, that is totally me. Freaky.
You could-
And
if-
a little bit of me. I'm a little bit weird, guys.
You could definitely just on the next Try Not to Laugh, just go out and do that for Amanda.
I'm a lizard. Look, a lizard.
It makes me think about how excited I am someday to be a super old man and just mess with people.
Oh, you're not gonna do that, Shayne.
I know.
doubt
I mean,
that.
I mean, in
doubt
silly
it.
ways like this, not like scaring people, but when I'm so old that I physically, you can tell I cannot hurt anyone or do anything. I'm so old. I'm talking 80s. I'm talking if I make it to 100 years old, I'm gonna tell my grandchildren, be like, wheel me out somewhere and sit me there for like 15 minutes, and any passerby, I'm gonna just be like, I see your future.
We're
And
so
just say shit like that. Because
I
when
feel
you're
like-
that old, people don't know.
That's amazing.
You're still gonna be strong, Shayne.
At 100?
You're gonna be like old, frail, but your arms are still gonna be big.
Shayne's gonna be like, "Hello, good to see you."
I'm gonna be like, wheel me out there. I'm gonna say some messed up stuff, and then as soon as people walk by, I'm like, hey, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to bother you.
Nice shirt.
Hey,
But
I'm
yeah,
100 years old.
Back in my day.
100. Okay, do you want to read yours?
Mine?
Yours.
Okay. So
If
that
you
was
wanna
pretty
keep-
weird.
If you want to keep, yeah.
Olivia, what? That felt pretty.
That was really good.
You would write that.
I would. I would write
Okay.
that.
Honestly,
I'll
I had
pass these
so
out.
much fun writing that, and it made me feel weird, and I was also like,
We can rip these up.
Wow.
So let me think of the casting here. There's a lot of characters. I wrote too many
let's rip.
characters. So Amanda, I'd like you to be groom.
liking to be who?
The groom.
Okay, great.
The last page is actually a bunch of other ideas that's what I was writing first, trying to brainstorm what I would write, and then this is what I landed
have
on.
to read that.
So, Olivia, can you be the bride? When it
Yes.
comes to bride, can you also play Cindy?
Yes.
And then
So wait, you wrote this, or you wrote this in Olivia's voice?
I wrote this in Olivia's voice. This is a sketch I think Olivia would write. Olivia, can you also play attendee?
I would definitely write this sketch.
Actually, yeah.
Font
don't-
28 size.
Yes, it's a very,
It's very,
very
large
much.
font.
Yes.
It's for someone who has the jitterbug phone.
Actually, so I'm gonna switch this up.
Okay.
Okay.
Olivia, I want you to be attendee.
Okay.
Amanda, I want you to be the groom, and I want you to play Cindy as well.
Groom and Cindy.
Groom and Cindy.
Perfect.
And then
Am I still bride? No, am I?
You are bride.
Okay.
your bride,
I'm
your
groom
bride and attendee, and then I'll play the rest of the.
Perfect.
This is gonna be so good.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Just as
So
good as mine.
the name of this sketch is called Stanley Tucci. I have a note here underneath the title saying, "Note: I wrote this without thinking."
Uh huh.
Interior: Long John Silver's 1980s. A wedding ceremony is underway, with rows of attendees seated, and at the head of the aisle, the groom and officiant, who is also the Long John Silver's cashier, stand patiently, awaiting the arrival of the bride. Organ music fills the room as we pan from the audience to the side of the restaurant, where the giant organ resides next to the soda fountain. It is being played by none other than The Weeknd. He is butt-ass naked. The groom sneezes. God bless you.
Thank you.
The groom and officiant make eye contact. They share a sensual moment.
Holy fucking shit! It's the fucking bride!
The audience turns in horror as the bride, who is 8 feet tall and built like a Ford F-150, blasts through the doors, shattering them and launching shards of glass through the crowd. We hear screams of agony.
Oh my god, my fucking eyes!
The bride walks up to the podium and faces her soon-to-be husband as the audience continues to writhe and yell. You may all be seated. The audience quiets down. We are gathered here today in this sacred place, a house of God and also $6 shrimp baskets, to join these two beautiful individuals in holy matrimony. The officiant carefully reaches into his back pocket and rustles around for a bit. Crap. Whatever he is searching for is difficult to grasp. After several moments of struggle, he finally whips out a bag of M&Ms, opens it, and pops a few in his mouth Gangnam style. Sorry, I was hungry as shit. Okay, say your vows. The bride pulls out a piece of paper, unfolds it, takes a deep breath, and prepares to read it.
Mark, the first day
The groom pulls out his iPhone 12.
Yeah, I'll go first. Nancy, you are a fucking smoke show. I fell in love with you the moment you bench pressed me through our ceiling and into our upstairs neighbor's apartment. Every day I spend with you is the best day of my life. Do you remember that time we went to Disneyland and the fireworks malfunctioned during Phantasmic and launched into the audience? But you saved the day by unhinging your jaw and catching them all in your mouth and swallowing them before they could explode? I know I do. You're the most wonderful person I've ever known. Before I met you, I was just a backup vocalist in a B-52 cover band. But now, I'm a lieutenant colonel in the United States military. I love you, Nancy.
The officiant pops another M&M. Okay, 1 second. Commercial break. Interior kitchen day. A mother, Cindy, dries dishes while her kids run around the kitchen. Having a hard time keeping up with life?
I just wish my kids would behave.
Well, that sucks because this is a Swiffer commercial.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, maybe they'll behave once the floor is cleaner?
No.
Right. Well, I guess we'll get back to the wedding then.
Yeah, speaking of, didn't they say it's the 1980s? How does he have an iPhone?
Oh, wow. I didn't think of that. Anyways, end of commercial break. Disney announcer. We now return to Hannah Montana. Interior, Long John Silver's, contiguous. Okay, go ahead. The bride lifts up her paper and reads it.
Mark, the first day I met you, I knew we would spend the rest of our lives together. My whole life, I felt like a lady waiting at the train station. And then you finally arrived. You're the Ross to my Rachel, the Jim to my Pan, the Nancy to my Reagan. I love you beyond belief and can't wait to spend the rest of my life with...
Cindy from the commercial break runs into the restaurant, sweaty and panting.
I object.
Wow, okay, sure.
Mark, I love you. And I'm sorry I left you all those years ago. I'm tired of living in a Swiffer commercial. Run away with me.
Mark shrugs.
Yeah, okay.
They leave. The music from Succession plays.
What? Wow.
Wow. That is what, yeah, wow.
Honestly, this just shows me that when we go into Olivia's mind, it is wild.
You may not come back out.
May not come. Wait, explain to me why it's called Stanley Tucci.
So I originally, I'm going to be fully honest with you. I titled it Stanley Tucci because I planned on writing a sketch about Stanley Tucci. I started writing and it ended up having nothing to do with Stanley Tucci, but I kept the name.
I fucking love it.
that.
Can we read your ideas?
So I had, so first off, how I got into the zone is I first started writing down ideas on like, last week I was like, I'm going to try to write this and get it out of the way. So I'm not thinking about it. So on like Wednesday, I wrote down a bunch of ideas. I wrote down Stanley Tucci getting abducted by aliens.
So funny.
An art museum and everyone is freaking out over the fire alarm. They're amazed at every level of interaction. And then the firefighters show up and they're actual performers. I wrote Pinata Surgeon, which makes me laugh very hard.
Yeah.
So funny.
Yeah. Oh my God.
You need to write all these sketches.
Yeah, these are incredible.
A sketch with no joke, no through line, no logic, just turns at every other line. That's kind of what I ended up
Yes.
trying
Yeah.
to go with. 911 caller getting a call from someone thinking they're subway. It turns into chaos and helicopters are sent out.
Yes.
Callback.
Yes, our phone call.
Did you also catch the callback that I threw into this?
Lady in the train?
Lady waiting by the
course.
train station. That's an old Olivia joke right
Yeah.
there. That Olivia's dream was to be
lady waiting at the train station.
Just a lady?
Yeah.
What were you waiting for?
Life.
Life to return back to
Yes.
you?
Exactly. The last thing I wrote is, in quotations, hey, he bought you a drink. And you look over and it's Tony the fucking Tiger.
I love
Dude, you
that.
have to
What would
write
you
these.
do?
Pinata
Wait, you have
Surgeon
to
makes
write
me laugh.
these.
Pinata Surgeon is very funny to me.
I think the Tony the Tiger one makes me laugh.
Just, I always like the setup. I often
love
have
that.
sketch ideas where I don't know what the sketch is. I just know the location or the setup. And the setup of like being at a bar by yourself and the bartender coming over and be like, that person over there bought you a drink. And you look over and whoever it is could be so funny. And
Uh-huh.
imagine it's Tony
Yeah.
the Tiger.
And he's like,
And he's just there and he gives you a wave like,
does he have a phrase? Does he have like
they're great.
Oh, yeah. They're
There's like-
great.
He's like, this guy got you an appletini. And you look over and he's drinking an appletini too. And he's like, they're great.
Yeah, he just keeps saying that.
That's the only phrase he says.
It's so funny. I always write, I never figure out the premise until like midway through. I always write like something, a person. Like I'm always like a person dropped into a normal situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm always thinking like that. I have struggle writing premise based sketches, but that's so funny.
Yeah.
I would like to do like a thing where I just write a premise based sketch.
Usually I always do like a premise-based thing, but then you guys will see later when I wrote this one, I was struggling. I was like, what is a funny premise? And I
It's
couldn't
so
think of one. I
hard.
could not think of one. And then so I just went back to character.
Do you ever free write? Just where you just get on your and you just start writing?
Yes, but not sketch.
recently.
I just write like
Yeah, it's more of a diary entry. You're just kind of getting thoughts out.
Yeah.
But sometimes I try to make it fictional where I'm just writing about something or I set up a scenario and I try to just write it out. I don't do it that often. The only times I've been writing lately is for these podcast episodes, which is why I've been kind of pitching it.
You're a great
Because it's
writer.
motivating me, but my perfectionism is what gets in the way, man.
No, I think
Yeah.
I think it's hard sometimes writing things because I'm like, "Ugh, when should I just let it go and be done with it? Or because I keep reading it over and over again. I'm like, oh, I want to add this. I want
No.
to take out this. I want to, you know.
I really, because I look up to you in a lot of ways, Olivia, because I feel like you're always creating stuff. I feel like I see your social media, your Instagram and everything, and you are always creating projects. And it feels like watching it feels like it comes from a place of fun and that you just really desired to do this thing. You're not being told to do it. You're just
Right.
doing it.
I like money. I like making
That's
money.
why you're funny.
I love I love creating stuff out. Like we have so much fun here, but you'll see like I'll be like, hey Amanda, like Pat, we'll like make stuff outside because it's so fun.
Your the idol, your impression of that's right, the Lily Rose
It's
Depp.
her character, yeah.
Yeah, her character from The Idol. That
not
was
seen
maybe
it.
my favorite thing I've ever seen. Dude, you have a quote where you're being interviewed and it's like, what's your favorite movie? And you're like, Star Wars. What's your favorite character? War.
Yeah.
Lily Rose Depp, can I come in?
Wait, do you want a drink?
Sure. Oh, thank you.
Thank me.
Thank you.
Thank me.
When is your birthday?
June 1969.
What's your sign?
French.
What languages do you speak?
Hot.
Where'd you get that hat?
The war.
What's your favorite activity?
How do you say in English, Jamasata?
Jumping?
Yes, jumping. I love jumping.
What's your favorite movie?
Star Wars.
Who's your favorite character?
War.
If you could be anywhere right now, where would you be?
The smoking section. Hey, do people ever ask you questions?
No.
Can I have a cigarette?
Sure. What advice do you have for young people?
Just like, have a good summer.
Do you need a lighter?
It's insane.
Yeah, that was really fun.
Is
I
the
love
idol
that.
good?
No, right?
But it was like this thing that it was like the cultural thing that everyone was talking about, and that character is just so funny. And
Yeah, you do great impressions.
thank you. I don't do them a lot.
When you do, they're killer. Your
Hell yeah.
Your impression of Damien is still my favorite.
As Augustus or just
No,
as Damien?
her impression of Damien. We could just throw up a clip really quick, but it's
Damien.
I'm Damien.
It's me. It's Damien with a mullet.
This is like when you don't have any.
Goo.
She said my catchphrase. Here, what's your favorite anime?
Kindness. I love hugs.
Damien, what was your favorite sketch that you did on So Random?
The one where I was nice to Shayne.
Yes. Can you give me some sound financial advice?
Did you say sounds? I love making sounds.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, you got me.
it's insane.
I also love Augustus though.
Augustus is your character. Your bit of doing everyone else's characters, but more
Wet Cop?
unhinged, is so funny.
What?
Wet Cop. I
Wet
love
Cop.
Wet Cop.
Wet Cop is so good.
Good old Sarah Christ.
I have to rewatch that clip. But you always make them your own. And they always feel like, that's why I wrote this like Lady Lulu, because they always feel
Yeah.
like they're like,
I think
Trolls.
whenever you play someone else's character, I like to think headcanon wise that it's the same character. It's a demon that steals their skin
Yes.
and wears it like a
Yeah,
suit.
yeah.
yes.
It's like a really bad skinwalker. It's like, oh, that's a demon that's trying to go under disguise, but it's very clear it's a demon.
Yep.
Well, the secret ingredient is horniness. You just
Yes.
add a little bit of that in all the characters that I
yeah.
do, and then it just like is.
Just like the show on Saturday. I want to have sex with Jenna.
It actually is so funny that you add horniness to a lot of our characters because our characters are canonically just not very horny.
Yeah.
Like Augustus and or at least Chosen, I made him on purpose to be, he's like, doesn't talk about sex, not interested, he's too busy, focused on the world. So when you play him and you add the horniness element, it's very
It's
stupid
very
and
funny.
funny.
Wet
well,
Cop's not horny either.
what?
What?
Until I play it.
I'm just kidding. Wet Cop's.
Sarah Christ, she's not horny.
She's not horny. She's just like, let's get it done.
It's
Yeah.
more of like a, hey, look, this is part of life.
Yeah,
I gotta
yeah.
do this.
That's what it
it's a
feels like.
job.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a job
Yes.
for her.
Oh, God.
I don't think I have any horny characters.
I think 90% of mine are horny.
I think I'm too real talk because this is something I'm trying to. I think I'm worried about playing a horny character because I think it'll just come off creepy. Like it's hard. It's hard to just play horny, but it's like a self-contained like.
I can get away with it. I think.
I think, yeah.
yeah, because
I
I'm
think we
like,
can- yeah,
I'm like,
'cause
you're also, yeah,
We're also.
I
we're
think
just
when I think of
gross.
We're
when I
gross
think of
people.
We're gross
archetypes
people.
though, archetypes of horny guys
Are
usually are
dicks.
not so.
yeah,
good.
yeah.
They're not
That's
like
why you
fun
have to be like a
watch.
nerdy kind of sweet guy who's
Yeah,
a little horny. But then again, that's
that can
That's
be-
weird,
it
yeah.
gets into weird
What?
territory.
That is weird.
Yeah.
You got to pick something that's so out of the norm that maybe you could make him horny.
Maybe you have to like really go to the horny, like I am a horny man.
Well, I think
and then it's funny.
I think you can be horny for like not like humans. Like I think
Right.
being horny for Skittles.
Oh
like-
yeah.
Horny for
Okay.
like desks.
That's fun.
You know, like
Horny
Comes
for other
Olivia.
things.
This
Yeah.
is why when we wrote these sketches, my brain was like, it was like 500 things were like popping in, and they were all like, yay!
Yeah.
Horny for
Um,
desks. That is funny, actually.
Horny,
Horny for
desks.
numbers.
Horny
Yeah.
for numbers.
Horny for numbers.
Yeah. Like a mathematician, a famous mathematician.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
what if Albert Einstein's whole thing, he actually didn't care about science. He just was so horny
Yeah,
for numbers.
yeah.
And anytime he found a new equation, it turned him on super hard. It's like, oh my God.
God,
There
think of
is-
that
oh,
man turned
yeah.
on his-
E equals MC. Oh.
See, there you go.
That's a great yes. That's fun.
There we go. There we
you go.
go. Then if other scientists, when they would walk in the room, they see Albert Einstein had a huge boner, they're like, he just solved something.
He's like, I've been up all night. They're like, okay, Albert.
You got it, man. Holy crap.
Okay, let's read yours.
All right, let's see
Oh,
what an
okay.
actual Olivia sketch.
What about yours? Are we gonna read your?
well,
Read mine last.
My My sketch, you mean?
I wrote a sketch in Shayne's
Oh, right.
voice.
Okay, here's
Okay,
this.
I'm so excited for this.
So this is a real Olivia, written by Olivia sketch.
It's called Script Title.
which is I hope this shows us just how wrong we are.
Do you have a name for this sketch?
No, I just made this really short. Gosh, I didn't know
That's
you guys
fine.
were writing freaking
No,
novels.
I typically think
I just
a
let it
long
hang
sketch
out.
is a sign of it's not great because it's like not
Yeah.
much thought. If I were to edit these sketches that I've read on this podcast, I would shorten them by at least a half.
Well,
Mine-
we can actually make this if you guys like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Okay,
see the characters
so-
are 50 police officers.
Yeah. Okay. So you're gonna be police officer 1.
Okay.
I'll be police officer 2. And hold on really quick. Hold on. And then you and you're police officer number 3. Wait. What were you?
None.
Okay.
Nothing.
This is going great. You're going to be a police officer 3, and you're going to be Eleanor.
3, Eleanor.
Eleanor is also police number 4.
Okay, it's already working.
This is
out
already
great.
an Olivia sketch.
So police
I'm
number
just
4 and Eleanor are the same person.
and I'm
Yeah.
just one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not your character is meaningful.
I know.
You're just
I'm
one.
I'm just.
and
just
I
one.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
And I'm stage directions, okay?
Great.
Okay.
Interior, police station, morning. 3 police officers are hanging out in the break room.
Hey, Mama, how was your night?
I forgot to tell you, they're Gen Z.
Okay. Let me start
Hey,
again.
Mama,
So
how
we're
was your
Gen Z. We're
night?
Gen Z police
It
officers.
changes everything.
Hey, Mama, how was your night?
Oh my God, girl. I was in a car chase for 2 hours down the 405. It was so mid.
Slay.
Okay, mood.
Go off. I had the night off last night and I spent it with my boyf. At this point, he just feels like fam.
Bitch, you got to get out of that relationship. Seriously, it's not serving you. Police officer 4 walks talking like they're from the 1920s.
Yes, not busting at all. Am I right?
The other police officers roll their eyes.
Hey, Eleanor, how are you?
Oh, well.
Oh, wait, sorry, let me take that back. Hey, Eleanor, how are you?
Oh, well, I'm just doing swell. I racially profiled 7 people and arrested all of them. Then I went to a speakeasy. Then I went home, made myself a ham sandwich, and took a bath. Slay? Slay?
Quiet.
Eleanor, you just hit different. Absolutely not. I have never ever hit anyone in my life. A woman never hits. That's a man's job.
Hey, Eleanor, what's your sign?
Oh, darling, what do you mean?
Like, when were you born?
February 14th? What year? A lady never reveals her age.
You're not the vibe.
You're giving but in, like, not a good way. Their walkies start going off.
Okay, guys, citizens arrest on First Ave.
Okay,
T.
That's the bee's knees.
What the hell?
I love that I'm 3 and Eleanor. Also, did you know that I was born on February 14th?
No.
Yep.
Wow.
Whoa.
Pretty cool.
Wow.
Holy shit.
That's the bee's knees.
Wait, what? Isn't that Valentine's Day?
Yeah.
You were, yeah, we
Your
have
love.
you and Noah
Love.
I know.
And Noah's 3 brothers.
and Noah's brothers.
All 3 of his brothers?
All TS2 brothers. All
Yeah.
3 of them were born on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
I know. The next time we
My
bring
sister was born on Valentine's Day, too.
you both were born on Valentine's Day?
Yes.
What the conspiracy is this?
Actually, Noah and I have talked about that we're both born on Valentine's Day, and we have never said that.
You
I
know
don't
what's
think we have.
You know what's hilarious? We had Noah on and we talked about sorry, we'll get back to this sketch in 1 second.
Yeah.
We had Noah on this podcast and we talked about conspiracy theories and we didn't bring up the fact that he and his brothers and you and your sister were all born on Valentine's Day.
I didn't know
You
this.
guys are all aliens.
What is wrong with us? Good.
Okay. This
Okay,
sketch
we have to
is
go back
hilarious.
to this sketch. I think that we can do this because I am picturing Eleanor. It's just she's older.
Yeah.
And she's speaking from the 1920s, which means she's really older.
She's
dead.
130 years old.
And I love how they're all just sitting there. It's like a new CW show, and they're all just sitting there hanging
Yeah.
out. And they're like, Eleanor, that just like hits different. And she's like, what do you mean? La la la.
Yeah. They're
Does
just
a
like
little tap dance.
They're mean girls, but they're cops.
God, I fucking love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Thanks.
This is
so wait,
good.
how long have you been working on this?
This morning.
Okay. You wrote it this morning. You made it sound like you've been working on this.
She fucking
Well,
lied.
the Gen Z cop was this character that I was doing, and then I was
Okay.
like, okay, maybe there's.
Oh,
them.
I love the idea
So
of
wait,
a Gen
when did
Z
you
cop.
you wrote from start to finish? You wrote this sketch this morning.
I'm not gonna lie. So here's the thing: I don't crack under pressure,
Yeah.
and I love when I procrastinate because then I just get it done really fast. So I wrote this in 10 minutes.
You got it. You walked into the building, and you sat down.
said,
You're like,
"I'm
hold on,
gonna
I'm gonna
change
change something.
something."
Yeah.
Did you
You
write
wrote
the
it.
whole sketch then?
No.
Oh, you wrote,
No, I wrote the whole sketch this morning when I woke up and I was brushing my teeth thinking about, oh my God, what am I going to write? And then I wrote this, sat down. That's why I was like 5 minutes late to work. And then I realized I wanted to change a joke, the citizen's arrest joke.
Yeah.
So then I wrote in that.
I love that you wrote this that
Me too.
fast.
I
I
also-
wrote mine in less than a half an hour too.
Mine took me about 4 hours. No, I'm just kidding. Mine took 10 minutes. I was laughing so hard, and then I was like, and do not read it, because if you read it, you're gonna be like, I can't.
Oh, I can't
Well,
read it back.
speed means talent, you know?
Yeah. They
Yeah.
say that. They
Yeah.
say that in this industry that speed.
Okay,
means
I
talent.
actually love this Gen Z like CW type show of like the girls like hanging out and they're like, oh my God, that's such a vibe, and having the old
such a
woman come in.
vibe.
But for some reason, I would love Eleanor to be a little bit more. I don't know why. I always want to play gruff people. I want to be wet cop. I want to have wet cop come in here.
It also
You can do this. Yeah, be it. We'll shoot it right now.
makes me realize there are Gen Z cops out there.
Are there?
Yeah, man. There's people who are under 26 who are cops. They're probably saying this stuff.
Slay.
They're probably arresting people and going slay.
Like,
That was
slay,
a,
bitch, you're arrested.
that was a slay.
Hey, that's the vibe. Put your hands behind your back. That's a vibe.
Yeah. Like, okay, T.
They sit down to interrogate someone. It's like, okay, here's the tea.
Here's the tea.
Yeah.
Here's the tea. We talked to your partner.
Yeah.
He spilled everything.
Yeah.
Total slay.
Here's the
That's
tea.
exactly what I was thinking about these people are.
That is so funny. I love that.
Like very serious situations, and they're just like saying this stuff like so seriously.
Instead of good cop, bad cop, the good cop's like, okay, you're gonna serve this time, and I.
honestly, you're serving but not in a good way. And Eleanor's like, boppity boopo.
Yeah,
What?
yeah. And she's sort of racist.
Yeah. You guys
Oh,
like my
whoa.
vintage tap shoes? It's like, please go away.
It's how giddy she is about it all, though. She's like, here's what I did today.
That's the bee's knees. I
Thanks for
love
reading
it.
it, guys.
I love this.
I actually love it. You should definitely do this character.
So now that we've read yours, who of Amanda and I's sketches do you think was the most Olivia sketch? Be honest. Look, I'm proud of them. I'm proud of my sketch, and I think Amanda's sketch was hilarious. But
Mine brought us into the Twilight
the
Zone.
competition was who wrote the sketch that's most like Olivia.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. These are okay. So Amanda is so good at breaking down character and writing for characters, and that is for sure. That's me. Like I'm that old creepy little lady by the reservoir.
Yep.
And I think you're really good at writing situational stuff, and you know how like my brain works in a way where there's always going to be a weird commercial break, and then some crazy shit happens in the commercial. So both of you guys, I can't pick. I truly can't, because you're like in my brain, and then you're my character.
Okay.
It's too nice.
I'll
Well,
take it.
Thank you. That's very sweet. I'll take that.
We could write together and put Lulu in this.
Yes.
Lulu could be in it, and maybe she comes in and she's like, I object.
Yes, exactly.
I object this wedding. And they're like,
Who are you?
who are you? And she's like, I live next door. I've been watching this wedding from my window, and I object because I wasn't invited. Can I sit here? Like maybe we combine
Yes,
them.
yes.
I actually don't object, but the lizards do.
There's a lizard on your dress.
What if no? Here's how the Olivia sketch would go. She walks in, she goes, "I object," and they go, "Why do you object?" She goes, "No, I'm saying I object. I am an object."
I am an object.
exactly.
There's lizards everywhere.
And then the cops come and they're like, "Hey,
Hey girl.
Hey, girl, you're under arrest.
This is not the vibe, so you need to come downtown with us.
Hey girl, like cute. So this isn't the vibe. Like literally, we have to read your Miranda rights, which is just like ugh. Anyways, get in the fucking car.
I'm gonna pull your tarot, and then we're gonna decide whether you are guilty or not.
Ooh, you got the moon card, which means you have to go to jail for the rest of the night.
Oh, the king, but it's upside down, so that's manslaughter.
Reversals are bad.
Yeah.
Giving manslaughter and 30 years in prison.
I do love them asking what their sign is. Like, that's the only thing.
What's your sign, Gemini? Okay, you're getting in the back of it.
All right. Oh, we're out. We're looking for a Scorpio today.
Suspect Scorpio.
I love this.
Okay. So you wrote a sketch that I would write.
So this was just a bonus because I was laughing at Lulu because I was just like, I could see Olivia just being this weird person. But I wrote this sketch in your voice. It is the dumbest sketch. And it's not meaning because you're dumb. I am dumb.
Okay.
But it made me laugh because I was like, whatever. I'm not going to explain
Okay.
it. I didn't reread it.
Good intro.
I didn't reread
It's
it.
probably so
It's called Bro by Shayne Top.
bro.
Do I say bro a lot?
No, you never say bro.
Because when people impersonate me, they
Really? He
they
says
say
bro?
bro.
He says bro all the time.
I've never heard you say bro.
Thank you, Olivia.
Is it bad? Oh, you're gonna
No, we did
this sketch.
because we did too many Shaynes on the Smosh Games
Yeah?
channel. Where Chance, Courtney, Damien, and who else? Why am I blanking on this? But a bunch Angela, and they all impersonated me, but they were just saying bro the whole time. Like all of them were just like bro.
You do say bro.
Bro.
Really?
Yeah. You do say, and you only
I believe
say
it. I'm not.
You
just-
only say it when you're talking about something exciting.
I think I say it as like instead of a oh man. I don't call people bro.
Right.
Yeah, you're always just like, oh, bro.
It's
no.
so bad that we're talking about this before this sketch because.
But I do know when I get excited, I go bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a bad.
I think
I
it's a
say
really-
bro, and then when something's crazy, I go brutal.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
I should've
brutal.
used
Yeah, yeah. You
that.
did say that.
Brutal.
Can I make an edit here?
No, it's
Then
okay.
you're absolutely gonna despise this sketch.
No,
Listen,
I'm excited.
This sketch is like to me, it's like a game sketch. Like I'm just going hard on bro.
Love it.
Okay.
All right, cast this.
So let's see. Shit, there's only 2 people in it. Can you read stage?
It's great.
And you read Mike,
Okay,
and I'm gonna be Chris.
I'm Mike.
You're Mike.
Got it. All right.
Bro by Shayne Top. Mike wakes up in his sleep. Mike wakes up his sleeping roommate Chris by ferociously shaking him.
Bro.
Chris groggily opens his eyes.
Bro, stop. I'm asleep.
Bro.
Bro, what?
Wake up, bro.
Bro, I'm asleep.
I know that, bro, but wake up.
Okay, bro, I'm up. Stop shaking me. What's up?
Bro, really important. Have you heard about this new weird show on Netflix? It's called Mimes in the United States of A.
Bro, you woke me up for that?
Bro, yes.
Bro, thank you.
You're welcome, bro.
Bro, when can we watch it?
Bro, when it comes out.
Bro, which is when?
Bro, no idea. Next month or something?
Chris pauses, stares at Mike.
Bro, can I ask you something honestly without you getting mad, bro?
Yes. Bro?
Why the did you wake me up, bro, if the show isn't even out yet, bro?
Mike is about to get mad, and then out of nowhere, tears come.
Damn, bro. Ouch, bro. Because I got you a gift, bro. It's your birthday, bro. That's why I woke you up. Bro?
Oh, right. So sorry, bro.
Bro. It's okay, bro.
Mike wipes his tears on Chris's blanket. Chris is kind of grossed out, but lets it go.
So, where's the gift, bro?
Oh, the mime has it, bro.
Bro, the mime has it from the show on Netflix?
No, bro, a different mime that I hired to live with us until the show comes on. Just so we can get amped. You know, the show about mimes in the United States of A.
Bro, I say this with respect, but you are way too obsessed with mimes. It is out of control.
Bro, get off my back. And thank you. I know, bro.
Mike calls out to the mime.
Okay. Mime bro, you can come in now. He's ready for his gift.
Nothing.
Bro, come in now with the gift. He's awake.
Nothing.
Where is that mime?
Bro, did you open the front door?
No, bro. I just told him to come in.
Bro, he can't open the door. He's a mime. You should know that.
Mike puts his hands on his face.
Bro, he's been out there all night.
Just then, at the window, we see the mime walking back and forth looking for an entrance.
Bro, I'm going back to bed. Get out.
Blackout.
Brutal.
Brutal.
That was
I
so
thought the mime was.
great.
I thought the mime was gonna be dead.
No!
Like frozen. Like he froze to death outside.
Wait, that would have been really funny. I added in the mime walking back and forth out the window, and I was like, is that so mean that he's just out there because he can't get in through the door?
That is so
Because he needs a
funny.
fake door to open.
Yeah, he needs.
He can't open real
he needs
doors.
the door open so that he can go like this.
I
He's not
love
allowed
your
to
mime.
interact with actual objects. I didn't think about that aspect.
Yeah, he can't interact. So Mike's like, dude, I got a bro. And he's like, dude, you have to open the door to let him in. He's like, bro, and the mime's like trying to get in.
So funny. Who would you play? The mime?
Yeah, you'd be the mime.
I'd be the mime.
You're so
I'd
funny.
be Mike.
I'd be
I
the
love your
mime.
brain.
Who would play?
This is the most stupidest sketch ever.
No, it's funny.
But it was making me laugh
Yeah,
so
it's
much
hilarious.
that someone's like, bro. He's like, what, bro? He's like, dude, bro, there's a show coming on Netflix, and I'm so excited. Mimes in the United States of A. And then he just like, he gets really excited. I don't think that Mike is you, but I just think it would be a really fun character who gets really, really excited but doesn't plan anything fully out, doesn't actually think
Yeah.
anything
Get
out.
stoked. And he just really impulsive.
Yeah.
Impulsively does all this shit. Yesterday, I hired a mime to live with us because I saw the trailer for this new show about mimes. So I thought it would be really
Yeah,
fun.
I feel like you would come up with this character.
This is great. We should just shoot this right now.
Okay,
Let's fucking shoot this.
let's.
But now you're gonna be really in your head about bro, which I didn't
No, I'm not
realize.
going to be
Oh,
in my
no.
head about bro. I'm not in my head about bro. I don't care.
You said it before, so it's like, yeah.
I said bro. I say bro. I think
You only say bro when you're psyched about something. You're like,
Yeah.
bro,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
show.
Yeah.
I don't talk about. I don't say bro casually.
No.
But it does make me think about how I am the broiest cast member on Smosh. There's not many. There just because there's not many broy people on Smosh.
No, there's not.
I'm the most stereotypical
bro.
dude, I guess.
And then it's me, and then it's you.
and then it's you. But really, like
Yeah.
our
I don't
cast,
even know what we are.
our cast isn't broy. A lot of YouTube channels are very broy,
Here's
Yeah.
the thing, though.
and I fill up our bro quota, our broda.
Here's the thing, though. I wouldn't necessarily categorize you as a bro. I just know that you say it.
But I'm just saying, who on the cast is broier than me?
No one. No
Nobody.
one.
Literally nobody.
I mean, Noah
Nobody.
kind of. Noah. Okay, here's the thing. Noah could have went in the direction of broy if
could've.
If you like,
Yeah.
you could see like little parts of him, being.
yeah,
broy.
but there's still that like weird little like
right.
conspiracy theorist like when he trails off and
Yeah.
then he trails off and he's I know
Noah's too niche.
Yeah, you're the broiest.
I'm bro.
you're the broiest.
Yeah,
How does that make you
Broiest.
feel?
it's fine. It's fine.
Fucking hates it.
It's honestly funny because I feel like most YouTube channels are super broy. It's hard to find non-broy people on most comedy or
I
just most
agree.
channels on
Yeah.
YouTube. Yet I am the closest we get, and I don't think I'm that broy.
You're not. You
No.
just,
But I just am compared to everyone else.
right. You just
Yeah.
love IPA. You love
I do
sports.
love
you
IPAs. I do love
love.
sports.
You love gambling.
I don't love gambling.
you love what?
I don't.
No,
love,
he
I
doesn't.
don't love.
You love
gambling.
skateboarding and you
I-
love
I-
shrimp
I
tacos.
tried to get into
Loves-
skateboarding when I was young, and I sucked. See, Noah's more along the lines of like skater. Like
Right.
I would have seen skater.
Noah's like
and Noah,
skater dude.
Noah hung out with a lot of skaters.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I guess
he skate?
Noah's
No,
like
I don't
bra.
think Noah ever skated, but he's like more part of that scene.
He's more of like a bra. You're like a bro.
I don't know if Noah's bra.
Noah's more like the Valley.
Yeah,
Brah.
but that's broy.
Brah.
Valley's broy, but he's not broy.
I would say the mustache makes you less of a bro.
Yeah, mustache makes me more along
More
the lines
indie.
of indie.
Yeah.
What we're seeing that
Indie
surge
folk
of
music.
if I got a mullet and really started tucking my shirts in even more,
Yes, that's.
then that's
Yeah,
that's indie.
The mustache.
A lot of you guys are wearing chains these days. Like you're wearing a chain. Ian's wearing a chain.
Wait, I wear.
Everyone talked
I'm not
about.
wearing a chain right now.
All
I
right,
love
since we have time, we can talk about whatever we want here.
Yeah, we can.
And I can
These
share
are all
some
of our
beefs.
sketches.
Yeah, let's
Some
talk
beefs.
about it.
I've got some beefs with Ian.
Okay.
Let's just throw this out there.
Oh shit! This is taking a turn.
So I started wearing a chain earlier this year. I had a friend of mine. He would wear some chains. He would wear gold chains, and I was like, those are cool. Like a thin one. I was like, I used to wear a necklace back in the day on this channel, and I stopped. And I was like, you know what? I think a thin little guy would be nice. That would add like a little bit of detail to outfits. So I started wearing it, and then. It was a couple months later, Ian started wearing a gold chain.
Yeah.
I also started tucking in my shirts this year a little bit more often.
Oh.
And then all of a sudden, a couple months ago, Ian starts tucking in his shirts. And then a few months ago, I bought a shirt that is it's made from terry cloth. And it's this like peach, green, yellow.
Oh, he has a full terry cloth outfit.
Ian bought it the same weekend. So that was accidental, but that dude made that shirt like his brand. And I'm like, you motherfucker, I bought the same shirt and now I can't wear it in videos because you wear it. If I wear it, I'm going to start wearing it.
You need to.
I'm going to wait. No, actually my plan, and I'm going to trust that Ian's not going to see this episode.
This is what Shayne thinks about
My
it.
plan, and maybe I've already done this plan by now. I'm going to bring it to set. I'm going to just have it ready. And whenever I see Ian wearing it next, I'm going to put it on. And every time he wears it, I'm going to wear it.
Holy shit.
We don't
this
have
is
drama like
legit.
this.
No.
We never have drama like
We're
this.
just police officer Gen Zs that are like
drama. This is drama, just that it's funny. No, I love pranking Ian. As you may or may not know, I for a period of time was hiding fake bananas in his office, and I
remember we talked about it
got
here.
up to 30 bananas that I had stuffed in his couch, hidden behind his mirror.
Real bananas?
No, I'm not the devil. But I taped a bunch under his desk, taped them under things.
Wow.
So just had a ton.
Do you have any beef with Ian?
Do you have beef with anyone?
Yeah, I have tons of beef with Ian. We're not talking right now. No, I'm just kidding.
You don't have beef.
I don't have beef with anyone here.
You don't have beef. This
like
is,
literally, I literally don't.
This is my only beef. My only beef.
There's
is that
no
Ian?
beef.
Ian. To be fair, I also think there's been a trend overall of dudes tucking in their shirts this year. So
What is that about?
I can't say it's my own because it looks good.
Wait, people are tucking. I didn't know that people were tucking in their shirts. What?
I'm seeing a lot of more dudes tucking in their shirts. I don't know if you've noticed, but I've been seeing. Look around the office. Look around.
God,
Watch.
Olivia. I always tuck in my
Watch.
shirt.
No, I'm talking about dudes tucking in their shirts.
We're gonna get out of this. We're gonna get out of here and be like, and everyone's gonna be like,
Brennan's tucked in his shirt today. I'm telling you, look around the office. Men are tucking in their shirts nowadays. What I'm doing, though, that I think everyone else needs to get on board with is high-waisted pants.
Oh,
is Ian doing high-waisted pants?
No, he hasn't gone high-waisted yet, but he should.
I'm gonna just
I'll be proud of him if he does.
I'm gonna send him links to high-waisted pants and your whole entire outfit.
I'm not wearing
like
high-waisted.
this is really good.
I'm not doing high-waisted today, but I'm telling you,
wow,
it looks legit.
Okay, so you have beef. You say bro, but you don't really say bro. And
there's nobody else.
Did you like my sketch?
I really
loved it.
Sketch.
Did you?
I love your brain.
You like my sketch?
We need to find a way. So we need to find a way. I need to start making TikToks again. We need to just film these. We need to film these.
Yeah, no, we really do because
it's so easy.
The problem is mine is not easy to film.
Yours is difficult.
Mine, we need to find a Long John
Yours
Silver's.
is high budget.
It doesn't need to be at a Long John Silver's.
Long John Silver's from the 1980s.
I guess I could change it, but the Long John Silver's really adds to it.
Right.
Yeah, it does.
Right.
It's really important.
Yours is going to take a bigger budget, where I think Olivia's and I could be like a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
True. I agree.
Yeah.
We should film these.
Yeah, we have all of them. We have all of them from Angela's. We have all of them here. Maybe it's like a Smosh Pit Theater, or maybe it's
Wait, a Smosh Pit Theater.
Incredible.
Wait, that's brilliant.
see about that. Or we do a new Smosh Pit Theater. We just have everyone write insane things.
But wait, that's really funny. What if we did a Smosh Pit Theater and we cast people
Yeah.
in it and we just perform these?
That's true.
Like Angela's Ham Cake. We do the Gen Z police officers, which is so good. You need to just do that character.
Yeah, just do that.
And then we can do the bro, and then we can either do Lulu or we can never do Lulu.
No, we're doing
again.
Wait, I'm gonna be
We're doing Lulu. You don't get to do that. All right.
All right.
Olivia, thank you so much.
Thank
This
you
has
guys
been
so much.
Really great.
I love you guys.
We love you
We
too.
love you.
We love you.
And
And we love you.
and we love you guys. And we promise soon we're gonna have a sign there.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have a really cool.
Oh yeah.
We're waiting on it still. It's
Yeah.
just taking a lot of time.
Santa's delivering. it.
Santa's bringing it, but he's bringing it before Christmas.
Yeah, thank God.
Okay.
I want to tell the audience a secret.
Okay.
Fine. That's
Yeah, go ahead.
We'll
Oh,
sign
this
off that
is the
way.
murmur. On the part.
There's a secret, and I'm gonna tell you guys. These plants are not real.
Okay.
Don't tell
that's
anyone that.
not-
Okay.
Don't listen to her.
Ignore that.
Bye.
Bye.
Wow.
You really are your uncle.